Hello and welcome back to RoboCop.
Alright, Wendell. Jig's up, we found you.
Did someone call for backup?
Good to see you all on watch again.
OCP cannot relieve us of our duties. We are not corporate rats.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the status?
I am going after Wendell.
Then we'll get the situation here under control. Don't you worry about it. Everyone, get ready. We must defend our city. And you, Murphy, go get that scumbag.
We will try our best. And yeah, obviously Washington was tracking the signal earlier in all the mayhem it kinda got cut off and all that, but yeah, we just have to head to the... You can probably guess where we're heading actually. We have this old apartment building where we talked to the old man earlier.
Yep.
And this door was blocked. And we saw this staircase here at the back. So let's go down.
Was that like a little point of no return kind of message?
I am underground.
Did you find something?
The lab. It appears it was set up for the Afterlife project.
So this is where everything went down? Gives me the creeps. But what about Wendell?
The place looks abandoned.
Be careful. Could be a trap.
Yeah, that was kind of a point of no return as we start the new chapter here. We can scan a bunch of stuff, but we don't actually get to read like any of the documents or anything like that. So we will hear RoboCop just kinda talk about stuff we should have read but actually didn't in a moment.
That's a shame. This looks like something straight out of like Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, this also looks a lot like the secret lab in RoboCop 2. I don't think it's supposed to be the exact same one, but it does have the same kind of look to it, as well as this radioactive waste just lying around here in the corner, so that's good.
What year did RoboCop 2 come out?
1990.
Okay, so there's non-zero chance like that okay, actually no, I'm thinking of like the Resident Evil 2 remake lab, which is distinctly different from the original ones.
Oh look, they have a brain here as well.
And lungs.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, where I was going with that was like Resident Evil 2's Nest lab may have been inspired by RoboCop 2.
Yeah, let's actually just put the final point into armor, so now the bullets will actually bounce off our armor.
Safe to do that now, right?
Yes it is. I probably should have put this into scanning, but oh well. Thus again, we will be cutting it quite close in terms of getting the last skill for scanning, which is of course the ricochet split.
Ah.
Any news?
Wendell is not here. I am looking for anything that could help us find him.
What about the lab?
This is where the bodies were taken. OCP was running their Afterlife project here.
Becker said it would be a long time before OCP has the technology to make Afterlife a reality.
The old man made them prepare a functional prototype for this week. Their head scientist was not happy about it.
That could explain the quality of most of their products.
Like, I feel like we should have had some kind of note explaining that.
But there is a catch, am I right?
To proceed, I must find the code to a locked door.
That is police work at its most basic. Your favorite.
I feel like they might have run out of time here ever so slightly.
That is entirely possible. Also, I love the brain that's just sitting out exposed on the table over there.
Yeah, just hanging out.
I found the door code.
That whole string was the code?
We've escorted the mayor to safety, and now we're gonna join Reed and the rest. There won't be time for chit-chat after that.
RoboCop, I just connected you to the mercenaries' frequency. You'll be able to hear their messages from now on. That is, if you're close enough.
So Murphy, this day ain't over yet.
Okay, just gotta wonder what the hell happened over there.
Scientists did not like working with Wendell.
What was Wendell's role in the project anyway?
He was coordinator, he hired scumbags, and then overworked the team.
In OCP, that position is called executive.
Heyo.
Ba-dum-tsh. I think that's everything we can look at here in the lab itself, so let's just have a look at whatever the hell went on over here. That was holding something large, which it is no longer doing, and there's also a very big hole in the wall. I'm sure that won't be important.
I'm sure it's nothing.
At least it gives us a convenient exit. And here we are at the Delta City.
He's Delta City's first celebrity. Roll out the red carpet.
Should he even be here? We better check if the boss man knows about it.
Yeah, the Delta City construction site. What are you doing? Looks like littering, but I don't think we have to worry about that right now.
It's just connected to the lab, huh?
There's everything. Money, buzz, drugs, and women. All at our fingertips. While Detroit is burning thanks to the gang wars.
How do you know the riots won't spread here?
Don't be stupid. Wendell would never allow that.
I'm telling you, I'm Wendell's right-hand man, so if he's the king of Delta City, then I am the prince. And you know what that makes you?
An idiot if I keep listening to your nonsense.
I like how she's wearing a hard hat. Safety first.
I was gonna say the same thing.
His fault for catching the dart with his face.
You think you can sell me a vial of soap saying it's nuke? Just wait till I'm just cleaning this window, officer.
Carry on, citizen. Thing to say, fellas? No? Ooh, tattoos.
Hey or die.
This is not a place for you. There is no order here. Whenever someone shows up and tries to tell us otherwise, we get rid of it like unwanted trash.
You are, of course, welcome to try.
You startled me, cop. For a second, I forgot we were untouchable.
Hey, bartender, pour a double for our stiff officer so he can loosen up. And put it on Wendell's tab.
You've got some balls.
The asshole hasn't paid me for a month.
And we have been hearing about some slight payment issues he's been having with his goons. Like the mercs in the sewer mentioned.
Mattress.
Yep. Someone thought it would stop me from stealing it.
I see. Okay.
Sorry, honey, but I don't do roleplay.
Well, then I'll just take your incriminating pictures.
Yeah, she's just trying to get by. No need to, like, blackmail her like that.
Yeah, I might as well pick up the heavy machine gun that is here just in case.
That's a hell of a thing to have laying around the brothel?
Once Delta City's built, we'll have the first dibs on all those new crafts.
Yeah, the way things are going, this place won't be finished for another 80 years. You'll be lucky to get a grave plot out of it.
How many times do I have to say, no,
Some like to fight for the front row, but I'm more happy with the rear view.
Uh-huh.
You do you, buddy.
Does any work get done here?
Sounds like no. But you know, no one's getting paid, so I can't imagine anything would get done anyway.
Bring me a screwdriver, and he came back with a cocktail.
What a tool.
Waka waka, as they say. Let's move on, shall we?
There's so many layers to that dumb screwdriver joke.
Alex Murphy. You didn't even give me enough time to miss you. How'd you like my new empire? The most free society there is, where everyone is equal, as long as they have the money.
A city full of thieves, drug dealers, and murderers. Is this what you hoped for?
The old man's dead. There's no one stopping me from ending you.
There is also no one left to finance you. Becker shut down Afterlife.
Is that true?
I think we can get back to that at a later time. Now, where's my lighter? Oh, there it is. After the incident at the mall, I had a duplicate made. That's neither here nor there. Goodbye, RoboCop.
Smoking kills.
So, you finally took care of that, huh? We'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Gentlemen, I'll leave you to your work.
Target acquired.
Okay, so how do you boys think this is going to go for you?
Finish that persistent bastard.
Better than it actually is.
In the meantime, make the transfer. There won't be a second reminder.
Yeah, again, some mentions of payment issues going on there, so...
Can you believe this metal fuck? He is still standing! It was to keep him busy, sir. We're preparing a full-blown attack behind the gate.
Well, if that was to keep me busy, that wasn't doing a very good job.
They only needed like 2 seconds to get ready, I guess. They're okay with sacrificing all these goons, I suppose.
You could have your old life back, but that is all you, stubborn like a mule.
Can you put him out of his misery? Like now! Affirmative, we're doubling reinforcements.
Wait, did that thing you shot up there just like create a smoke screen?
I don't know. There's a lot of things going on at the moment.
Okay, because like I was expecting that thing to like fall on people.
RoboCop has entered the construction site. I repeat, RoboCop has entered the site. That wasn't part of the plan. Minor drawback. Cobra assault cannon operatives are getting into position. There's no way past that force. Cobra cannon? Now we're talking. Yes, sir. The best money can buy.
How nice of them to bring us another one of those.
Ooh.
Anyway, let's just have a look at our chips here again, in case we got something new we did not. Also, what I haven't done is the chip merging, which... well, it works like this. You basically just put 3 chips into slots and then press the button and see if it... well, if it gives you something decent. It is usually better than what you put in, but I just don't really bother because, I mean, there's no real need unless I want to be even more OP.
If it weren't like random and you had some control over what the output were, then... oh yeah, that's what I was expecting out of the other thing. If you had some control over the output of the chip merging, I imagine it'd be a lot more useful.
Yeah, because you can't like... you don't have any input as to what the shape of it is or what the percentage on it is, so yeah. And of course there is a limited number of these chips in each playthrough, so you can technically end up in a situation where you don't have enough chips to put on your PCB.
Ooh, that's rough.
Although that is of course pretty unlikely. Oh jeez. Okay, I guess that is our friend the Cobra Cannon, so let's just head on over.
RoboCop has reached the sniper's nest. I don't get it. It's like he's reading our every move. Has your broadcast been compromised? No chance, sir. Our comms are secure. What are you going to do about this situation? We're sending our prime unit. Blitz troops should get rid of him once and for all. I've heard that before. Make sure it turns out to be true.
That guy seeing RoboCop just walk through the minefield was probably not having a good time.
I mean, that's some horror movie shit right there.
I'm now the only person who has access to Afterlife's technology. Do you really want to throw this chance away?
It's still going on about Afterlife, huh?
He's just not gonna give up on it.
Okay, let's do this again, shall we?
It's so satisfying watching that thing just go.
It's great. Yeah, the Cobra Cannon of course is great, but not that good at close range, I would say. Well, not that efficient at close range, I should say, because it is kind of slow.
You know, I imagine most cannons aren't. I guess with the exception of like a hand cannon.
Although of course RoboCop can fire it from the hip like I did there, so that's fun.
That was pretty impressive.
Oh, Alex Murphy, you've done it again. I hope you're going to take it easy on me.
Blitz troop has been wiped out. We need backup now. What are you looking at me for? It's your problem. What do I pay you for? At this point, either get your robots online or we are out. Definitely not being paid to get slaughtered.
Yeah, I don't think you're being paid at all at this point.
Well, you know, if RoboCop kills the whole unit, then Wendell doesn't have to pay anybody.
Yeah, I think that is actually what Lewis said earlier. That Wendell should actually be happy about it because we are reducing his overhead. This is actually a pretty tough room, even with our extremely OP Order 9, so... we do want to be a little bit careful when we approach. There was also another OCP chest right behind us, but I kind of forgot that was there. And again, it doesn't really matter.
At this point, yeah, I can't imagine there's a whole lot in there that helps. I mean, I guess like if it had like an OCP recovery charge, that'd be nice.
We're doing pretty well on healing items anyway, so
yeah,
shouldn't be a big problem, I don't think.
Yeah, it's more of a nice to have than like make sure you absolutely hit that chest.
Yeah, also that was actually connected to at least these 2 turrets. Might have been 3, I'm not entirely sure. But that worked quite nicely indeed. This is just a fantastic part of the game, I would say. Just mowing through these guys while the theme plays. Yeah, that's just fantastic.
It's like the last leg of any Resident Evil game where you just go hog wild with like your walking armory. And by this point, you're like built up that like you're a walking tank.
As RoboCop should be. This is like the proper RoboCop experience. I see our UED friends here have shown up. I had to think what they were called for a bit there.
We're not gonna see another Ed 209, right?
I think we have blown up all of the Ed 209s at this point.
Okay.
Well, all the ones in this game anyway. Of course they will show up in RoboCop 3, but still, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Also, I think there's a bit too many stairs in this area for Ed 209 to really work.
You know what, that's a good point.
Also, I love that trope when the hero is just advancing and the bad guys just freaking out in the background. You have cuts to him just freaking out to his henchmen. That's always good in action films.
Yeah, I love that. That's I appreciate Ulysses for getting us a direct feed for that.
Okay, and we finally get the ricochet split.
Hey.
There's just one problem.
Is there no more ricochet spots?
Well, not quite. I think there's one more. So you know, just in time.
Well, better late than never, I suppose.
That was maybe not the best planning on my part, but you know, you don't come here for competent gameplay. I think. We could just about see the 2 simultaneous ricochets there.
That's cool.
Our rate of fire is so high that even a regular ricochet is basically that, so that doesn't really make much of a difference in the end. Still so slow with those grenades, come on guys. Up.
Okay, if you insist.
Is that so? Everyone stand down.
What are you doing? Why did you stop? That is not what I pay you for!
Turns out you don't pay us at all.
What?
The money transfer didn't go through.
We will settle this.
Have your machines fight your battles for you. We don't work for free. No hard feelings, RoboCop, just business.
I have bigger fish to fry.
You ungrateful fucks! You closed the door on the most ambitious project in this goddamn city!
Surrender, or there will be trouble.
I still have an army that will fight no matter what. So, RoboCop, prepare to meet your demise!
Now there is trouble.
This isn't over! Stay away! Stay the hell away!
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
That is so much like the film there, the hand just blowing up in an instant without warning.
Yeah, it is.
Can't you see? OCP is lying to you. I was the only one who was frank with you from the start.
Yeah. Keep talking. Hello there, guys. How's it going? Good, I hope.
You can't win this. Not while OCP still stands.
There is nowhere else to go, Wendell Antonowski.
That's not even my real name. OCP gave me that identity. They knew evoking your past affects you. They wanted you emotional, to better manipulate you. You keep sacrificing yourself, and that's admirable. But at some point you have to ask yourself, for what? For the city that wants to witness your downfall? Or for the company that keeps sabotaging you? Join me. Together we can hold OCP accountable.
Another empty promise.
You hunt criminals down. Oh, let's make a stand against the biggest criminal of them all. It's time for you to stop obeying OCP and start putting yourself first.
Locking you up is putting myself first.
Oh, that would be a mistake.
I am only human.
Then why don't you die like one?
Is it done? Is Wendell Antonowski...
dead? What about the city?
Everyone pulled through, and we've got it under control, I think. We just got here moments before you. People are exhausted and trying to catch a little sleep, but I'm sure they would prefer catching up with you.
I will keep that in mind.
And Murphy, good job.
Well, time for the victory lap, I guess.
All right.
So it's true. He's dead?
I am sorry that it did not happen in front of cameras.
That's all right. There's always another story. But tell me this. You killed the guy who started this all, exposed UEDs for what they are, and made sure they won't replace cops. You contained the riots and at least postponed the creation of Delta City.
What is your question?
After doing all that, why is no one celebrating?
That is not why we do this.
What a thankless job. Actually, Maybe that's a story worth pursuing.
Would Channel 9 be interested?
Funny you should say that. I'm considering jumping ship. I realized that blindly chasing a story that would nail OCP made me hurt a lot of people who didn't deserve it. Mainly you. There's this local paper that does what I always said I wanted to do. They help people in the community and give them a voice. Oh, and it probably wasn't clear, but I tried to hide an I'm sorry somewhere in all this.
Noted.
I'm glad. See you out there, Robo.
You will.
Well, she seems to be doing well.
Good for her.
Seriously, man, I'm done for.
Oh, I get ya. I've been there too.
No, you haven't. You've never been married. I promised my missus that I wouldn't do any more overtime.
Okay, yeah, Officer Esteves of course was invited to a job interview with Magnavolt, but she has politely refused.
Okay, okay.
So let's see who is next on the agenda. I think it's Ulysses.
Kid's got a promising future after RoboCop's mentorship.
It's like I'm trying to convince you that I'm not cut out to be an officer.
We are all tired.
I talked to Reed and he said that someone from OCP already contacted him. Since the UEDs turned out to be a bust, they'll be reinstating everyone. Everyone that meets the criteria, of course. Since Becca no longer needs me, I think that's the end of my career.
Will that stop you from sending in another application?
What? No, never.
You can count on my recommendation, officer.
You do that for me? I don't know what to say. Thank you, RoboCop. It's been an honor.
Okay, well, that could have ended much worse for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, could've.
So, Antonowski finally got what he deserved.
Damn right. No escaping the grave.
Unless you're RoboCop.
I'm so tired I can't move.
Or a part of a successful afterlife project.
Because the guy from the Holy Cow joint, he came by earlier and left a tray of burgers in the staff room as a thank you for our work.
Shut your mouth!
A whole tray of burgers? Oh man.
I remember, Kurtz, other people probably wanna eat too.
It is safe out there again.
Oh, thank you. But I felt pretty safe ever since you left me with your partner, Officer Lewis. Feisty little thing, isn't she?
She makes me feel safe too.
Usually I'm a little anxious about leaving my patients, but these past couple of days I've gotten to meet some of the people in your world. Despite your circumstances, you've made a good life for yourself, Alex Murphy. I'm confident in saying that I'm leaving you in good hands.
Thank you, Doctor.
You know, I've been selected to join the Committee on Integration of Cybernetic Organisms into Society. I think it's important for people to know what I've learned here with you. I'll pass my conclusions along, and I hope OCP will do right by you. At least this one time. Goodbye, Alex.
It's a nice sentiment. I just don't know if I trust OCP.
I don't know. Once they begin, I was too afraid to leave this place. I locked myself in a storage locker.
I get it. I'd probably do the same. This precinct really makes you feel secure.
Also, Dr. Blanche, of course, had this fear of machines due to the whole thing with the Ed 209 earlier in her life, and we helped her overcome that as well, so that's nice.
Yeah.
So let's see, who do we got next? I think we can guess.
Oh yeah, Pickles.
got Wendell?
Over the course of our relationship, I've grown enough to admit that it was mostly you who took down Wendell. So, good job, Tin Man. That guy brought a lot of suffering to this city. The phone calls I got from people begging for help made my stomach turn. It was overwhelming. At first, I didn't know what to do.
But that did not stop you. You proved competent.
Not to pat myself on the back, but I really did. Just, who knew that selflessly helping others is so exhausting?
And rewarding.
Yeah, you may be onto something there. I checked on the folks that called in to make sure they're safe. And they were. But now, I need to catch up on my beauty sleep. I can't believe I'm the only one here. Don't they know there are mattresses back here?
They probably mind the vomit stains.
Beggars can't be choosers. See you around, partner.
Okay, carry on.
She's in the locker room.
Yeah, obviously we seem to have helped Pickles turn his life around as well. Which is not always the case if you choose the wrong options.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of this is very determinative based on like how you played RoboCop earlier.
So it's done.
It is.
Did Wendell do one of his kill him speeches after which he always leaves?
He did.
What a cheeseball. So, are you gonna stand around like that the whole day? Come on, sit down. A lot of things have changed since I wasn't around. For one, I've heard that there's another woman in your life.
Another woman?
Dr. Blanche? Seems that you two spent a lot of time talking together. I'm glad that there was someone you could lean on while I was away. You've been under a lot of pressure lately. It felt like every night at the hospital I was seeing your face on the news. People trying to dissect your every word, question who you are, your past, your future. I wanted to say how proud I am that despite having all those people look at you under a microscope, you remain so composed. I know I wouldn't handle it that well. So, how did you do that?
I had help.
Oh, that little thing?
It served as a reminder of who I am, who I have always been.
A great police officer?
Among other things.
I just want you to know that if you ever need to talk...
I know, Lewis. Thank you.
So, what's next for us, partner?
Our morning shift is about to start.
I'll get my gear.
You've got to see this!
Moments ago, what was reported as an unidentified creature has entered the OCB headquarters and is creating havoc. Reports of numerous casualties are coming in. No one seems to know what caused the chaos. And most importantly, who is going to stop it.
I guess the shift's starting early. Ready, partner?
I was born ready.
What the hell? It's like a hurricane came through.
Stay alert.
I didn't think we were getting another playable segment.
At least we have chopper support.
Huh, no such luck. That's a TV helicopter.
They're here already? We have wounded. What happened here?
It was furious. It destroyed everything in its path.
What did?
A monster.
Robo, I'm in the Channel 9 helicopter. I'm seeing a lot of movement on the executive floor.
I know exactly where that is.
We need to get up there.
No, get the injured out of the building. I will handle what is up there.
You sure?
Positive.
You heard him. Let's evacuate everyone. Hurry up!
Now, what the hell is going on in here? Just checking that my upgrades are all in place and there's nothing that I can install that is better. Doesn't look like it.
I would be surprised if there were anything else we could upgrade at this point of the game that's meaningfully better than what we have.
Yeah, I was like looking if I had missed something. But yeah, if we're gonna slay a monster, we're gonna need our best gear, I think.
I guess, stop by the canteen and get a nutritious meal before starting the hunt.
Murphy, we're finding more and more wounded, and they're all giving me consistent descriptions. So unless everyone is getting it wrong, there's an old friend waiting for you upstairs. You can expect...
Trouble?
That's right.
Make sure there is no one left in the building.
Will do, partner.
They really need to clean this glass.
I feel like that's just kind of on the back burner considering the everything else with the building.
That thing just moved to the western corner of the executive floor. It's something.
Great, thanks. Yeah, I guess cleaning the glass might not be the #1 priority at the moment.
What a massacre!
Are you getting this?
All of it. That's the OCP board you're seeing. They were supposed to vote on the new CEO. I guess someone didn't like the candidate they chose. OCP is finished after this.
But at least the Delta City model is intact. We can just about see Samantha out there. But no time to worry about any of that right now because we have a job to do.
Be careful.
What do you want from me? RoboCop! My #1 guy. There seems to be a misunderstanding.
RoboCop, I wanted to leave you a message before I undergo this procedure. It has been a long and laborious process, but it has given me the opportunity to observe you closely.
The old man! That you? I didn't know! I didn't mean to!
Only now do I truly understand what others see in you. I realize why they cheer you on, root for you. And it is because they can look past your metal exterior and see that somehow you haven't lost your humanity. That puts my mind at ease. You made me realize that I do not have to fear what is about to happen. I can remain human, as you have. selfless and devoted to something bigger than myself. Uncorruptible. And that is what I always strive to be, Doc Murphy. I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for us.
You sold the city's future. That leaves one question. Scrapyard or prison, Creed?
Murphy, what the hell was that?
Just an old friend.
Right, so apparently the working prototype that they mentioned at the lab just meant, well, getting the RoboCop 2 chassis and putting the old man's brain into it, because at least that works.
I see.
Kind of, I think. I mean, it technically works. It's functioning. I'm not sure how that fits the timeline, because as of yesterday in the game...
You will not win this.
RoboCop 2 was at the Arms Expo. So I'm not entirely sure how that works, but whatever. Because we have a boss fight to do.
I think I've seen this set piece in Yakuza 1.
Where the hell are you? I've lost visual.
We went downstairs.
So obviously we will shoot him in the big nuke symbol, which is a glowing weak point. You know, that's how that works. And we have to dodge his little charges that he does. We can also lure him to, well, run into the wall and then hit the weak spot on his back. I think there's one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the dash is pretty good in this. Otherwise it can actually be kind of annoying to dodge him. Yeah, you can just about see there that he does have a weak point on his back.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there. Now in the film, RoboCop 2 was completely impervious to the Auto 9, but of course, in the film, well, RoboCop didn't have the upgrades that we do, so that still works, I guess. Oh dear. He got me there. Yeah, and sometimes he just grabs you like this and uses his little whatever the hell that was.
I'm sure that would have been a little more threatening if it didn't do like 5%.
Yeah.
Really, this thing just has no chance against the decked out RoboCop.
Not really, no. In the film, they had to trick him and just physically remove the brain from the chassis and destroy it. I still like the stop motion animation there. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Robo, I don't like what I'm seeing. The building's actually shaking. Get out while you still can.
Yeah, now he has lost the weak points and he also has the missile strike, but it's not gonna take very long here.
I mean, yeah, at this point you just straight up just keep unloading on him.
Yeah, there's some explosives and stuff if we need them, but at this point we don't.
evacuated. There's no one else inside. You need to save yourself.
Well, if there's anything of him left in there, I think Murphy would save him.
I agree.
There is one more person here that needs saving.
What? Murphy?
We are not done yet. Thank you.
Does anyone see him?
I can't see anything. Move closer.
Negative. When the building collapses, the dust cloud will choke the engine.
Oh my god! Murphy!
No! No, no! Wait! I see something!
Is that him? Talk to me!
It is me, Lewis. It has always been me.
Another week passed since the OCP's magnificent giant has fallen. OCP's new CEO assured us that the destruction of its headquarters will not stand in the way of finishing Delta City. Japanese corporation Kanemitsu has already shown interest in OCP's most prominent project. We at Media Break welcome them with open arms. Delta City, yokoso! From the City of Wonders, we're back to Detroit. The city's debt has reached a new peak. Re-elected Mayor Kuzak, asked about his plans for reform, said he had other plans instead. OCP is the weakest it's ever been. We'll sue them even if we need a Japanese lawyer, he assures us. Now it's time to introduce a new segment, You the Detroiters, where we share feel-good stories from our local communities. Disgraced Senator Farrell took hostages at the local theater and called for his reinstatement. However, a former vagrant and the theater's newest employee managed to defuse the situation. When asked why he decided to risk his life, Pickles, a European cinema connoisseur, said that it was simply disrespectful to interrupt the screening. Let's just hope Pickles does not influence the theater's movie selection. Next up, Sunblock 5000 model nearly torn to pieces by an ED 209 after not adhering to the 209's instructions. The dispute over a parking space could have turned deadly if it wasn't for Dr. Olivia Blanche, a seasoned psychologist who managed to keep a cool head during the 209's intervention. Dr. Blanche's new book, Coping with Loss, is said to be of value to both people and machines alike. A defamed reporter funded by terrorists. After trying to illegally broadcast a hit piece aimed at OCP, Samantha Ortiz has been spotted collaborating with a terrorist group led by a woman known in the underworld as Bertha. OCP denies. We're sorry for the disturbance. Fortunately, this time it was a minor one. Let's move on. A new world record has been set in Detroit. A man called Funeral Bob attended his 1000th funeral this year. The record-breaking funeral belonged to Max Becker, a former OCP executive. As it turned out, Bob was its only attendee. The OCP delegation did not arrive due to a rescheduled business meeting. We hope the meeting went well. Moving on. The owner of a local restaurant, Onion Baji, in cahoots with a ring of zoo thieves. The restaurant was proved to source the ingredients through crime. The arrest was made by a rookie neighborhood cop, Ulysses Washington, and according to his statement, it wasn't the first animal he had saved. One question still remains unanswered. What happens to RoboCop's human status? Mayor Kuzak distances himself from RoboCop and leaves no doubt that he will not be advocating for granting him human rights. RoboCop's efforts have prompted a public conversation.
I hope OCP doesn't take him off the street. Who will protect us then?
Ah! It's RoboCop! Robo, I love you!
Reaper, skeleton speaker, pure pandemonium.
To many more years on the force, RoboCop. It's been a busy time for Detroit, but the cloud that lowers over the city is lifting as police end their strike. We're ready to serve, said Officer Ann Lewis, who returned to duty despite her recent injury. What heroism. Detroit can sleep soundly tonight. The question is, for how long? That's all for today. This was Casey Wong. Until next time.
And there we go, that is RoboCop Rogue City. Now I was a little bit, well, when I talked about the size of the team, I did say it was like 20 people. It is more like 50 or 60, maybe a little bit more, including all the office staff and all, but still a pretty small team.
Yeah, compared to like the teams that work on like stuff from like Activision or Ubisoft. Yeah, 50's paltry.
Yeah, so the game obviously has quite a few rough edges, but I think this game is delightful. That's the only way I can describe it.
It's got a lot of heart. It's very charming. Definitely shows a lot of love for RoboCop.
Yeah, and they kinda nailed the feeling of playing as RoboCop, which of course that was of course the goal, as well as recreate the various sets from the films and all that.
Yeah, just watching this feels like a pretty different experience from like playing their Terminator game, where you're one of the Resistance members, and so you gotta play a lot more conservatively.
Yeah, I did get that in the Steam sale a while back, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of that, and it is a way different experience.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it should be, considering what it's trying to do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so this is like I would call this one of the best 7 out of 10 games that you can play. Does that sound accurate?
I might be so generous as to give it like an 8 out of 10 even.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the reviews of course were all over the place, but yeah, I think the general consensus is that this is like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, like it's a pretty solid license game. Like even for license game or for video games in general, I think it's a pretty solid looking shooter. Like, yeah, it has some rough edges, but it just has so much charm that I kind of overlook some of them.
Yeah, again, like I said at the start of the LP, this was the game I probably had the most fun with last year. And you can probably see why. Also, the credits are almost over, which is a bit weird considering the kind of credits we've gotten used to in the last couple of generations.
Yeah, I still remember sitting through the credits for 007 Legends, and that was like 30 to 40 minutes. Oh, it just ends.
Yep, it sure does. So when you beat the game, you unlock New Game Plus, which we can see here in the menu. This was added in an update post-launch. I'm not gonna start one right now, but there will be new, even more OP PCBs available, so that's good.
Ooh.
As well as an ultra hard difficulty setting, which I'm not sure why you would want to really play that, because I don't think that's really what this game is about. But you do you, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, the option is there for the people who want it, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, we are just about done here, so thank you for watching, and we will see you later.
Goodbye.